guys, it's Jessie here. I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be sitting down doing a couple of different tags. Actually, I'm going to split them up into separate videos so that you guys can you know, just watch the ones that are interesting to you. But I was tagged for 3 different tags, which I'm very, very excited about. And the first one that I'm going to start out with today is the dinner tag. So I was tagged by Weight Watchers Journey to Healthy, Jess, and I really appreciate you tagging me, Jess. And it's all questions relating to dinner. So I have them all printed out here, and I'm just going to go ahead and immediately get into the tag. So the first question is favorite Crockpot meal. I have a couple of favorite Crockpot meals. I will talk about one that is not really all that Weight Watchers healthy, and then one that I think is really great for Weight Watchers. One that's not so Weight Watchers healthy is Crockpot lasagna. Now you probably could, you know, screw around with the ingredients, make it a little more point friendly, but the recipe that I absolutely love, it's ricotta cheese. It's just your classic lasagna, only layered into a crock pot, turned on low. You walk away from it for the day, you come back, and you have perfect lasagna. I love it. I will link the recipe down below if you guys are interested in that. You could definitely, like I said, skinny it up, do some skinny lasagna rolls in the crock pot, but my favorite recipe is just your classic, like, full-on cheesy, gooey, delicious lasagna. So that's the first one. The other one I actually made last night. We make it all the time. It's just like a fiesta chicken is what I call it. It's just chicken breast. It's a whole jar of salsa thrown in there. It's some black beans and some corn. Really, really healthy. It's got delicious flavor. I add in some taco seasoning. Again, I will link that recipe down below as well. Highly recommend that one. You can either put it over rice or you can scoop it up with tortilla chips. That's my personal favorite. You can wrap it up in a tortilla. It's a really versatile recipe. It's got all those great Mexican flavors, super low in calories, super low in points, so highly recommend that as well. Next up is your favorite easy cleanup meal. I do a lot of easy cleanup meals because I love to cook, but I hate to clean. I love a good crock pot meal because it's just one dish. I do a lot of one dish meals. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking things like pasta dishes. Like I said, my salsa chicken's great because it's all one dish. That's that fiesta chicken. And yeah, anything that I can just do in one pot is great. Oh, I love chili too. Chili is not really a good cleanup meal. I'm getting ahead of myself. Number 3 is your favorite Pinterest dish. That would have to be my skinny lasagna rolls that I talked about a little bit earlier. That was something I found on Pinterest years ago. I've made multiple times. I'll link that below as well. It's going to be a link fest down there. It's really, really good though. It's spinach and cottage cheese, if I'm not mistaken, mozzarella cheese, all mixed up, rolled up, baked, super, super easy. And really, really good. Number 4 is the healthiest dinner dish you make. Anything with fish, typically. I do a lot of different fish meals, and they are all just baked fish with peppers and onions and really great flavor, really nice and flaky, low in calories, super healthy, tons of vegetables. It's really easy. I just spray my cookie sheet or, you know, my baking sheet with some canola oil spray. I throw my fish down with, just top it with some peppers and onions, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of lemon juice. Really, really delicious, super easy, and super, super low in calories, super low in points, and super healthy because it's full of all that good for you stuff. Not really starch heavy. Number 5 is favorite soup you make. I do a ton of soup in the fall and winter, not so much in the summer. My favorite soup I think that I have ever made is just my classic chicken noodle. No, I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's my turkey noodle soup. The day after Thanksgiving every year, I take all of the leftovers from Thanksgiving and I turn it into soup, and it's absolutely delicious. It's just sort of like your classic chicken noodle, only made with turkey. Lots of carrots and celery and all of those, you know, Thanksgiving flavors in a soup. It's fantastic. It's not really something I have a recipe for. I just throw it together every year based on what we have left over, but it's delicious. Number 6 is most unique dish you make. I make I don't know how unique it is in terms of like everyone else, but for me the most unique dish that I make is probably my sausage stuffed squash. It's a recipe that I kind of came up with on my own. My family absolutely loves it. It is ground Italian sausage that I cook up with mushrooms and onions. Excuse me. I cook up some wild rice. I throw in some feta cheese, and all of that makes this stuffing that I then stuff into an acorn squash. I bake the whole thing. You know, I pre-bake the squash because obviously that's going to take a lot longer, right? I roast that in the oven for an hour while I'm combining everything into my filling, and then I take the filling, I put it into the squash halves, throw it all back into the oven, top it with cheese. It is so good. Probably not all that point friendly. I have not made it since I started Weight Watchers, but it is delicious. I cannot recommend it enough. I don't think I have ever written out the recipe for it, but if I have time and I think about it, I'll write it all out and put it in the description box below. It is the single most delicious meal that I make, I think. Everyone in my family loves it. It's great in the fall when things are just starting to cool down. So yeah, love that dish. Number 7 is your favorite pasta dish. You know, I really love my chicken Florentine pasta. It's not everyone's cup of tea because it's very, very light, it's very healthy. It's not my family's favorite, but all it is a whole bunch of tomatoes and spinach. I cook everything down, I throw in some pasta and some Parmesan cheese, and I call it done. It's a super, super simple dish. I think I've done a video on it, which I will, again, link down below if I can find it. It's just really, really tasty, really healthy, really fresh tasting, so that's probably my favorite. My family, however, would say that their favorite is my venison pasta that I make a lot in the winter time. It's just basic like meat sauce, only instead of like a ground beef I use venison, which my family goes nuts over. So yeah, that's that. Number 8 is kids' favorite meal. My family loves my meatloaf. They tell me that if I am ever famous for anything, it will be my meatloaf. They're constantly requesting me to make meatloaf, so I think that that would definitely be my kids' favorite, my hubby's too. And number 9 is dish you always bring to parties, potlucks, and gatherings. I'm always elected to make deviled eggs. It's not a big fancy dish or anything, but every time I'm invited to a family party, they request that I make deviled eggs. I guess nobody else wants to deal with the peeling and the mixing and everything, but I love deviled eggs, I love making them, and I love sharing them with my family, so there's that. Number 10 is keep this tag alive, tag 3 friends. Honestly, I think a lot of people have already done this tag. I'm kind of late to the bandwagon, so what I will do is just tag you. If you're watching this, you haven't done this tag video yet, definitely do it. Link it for me in the comments section so that I can head over and watch it. I'm really looking forward to hearing your guys' responses. So yeah, that is the dinner tag. Thank you so much, Jess, for tagging me. I'm gonna link Jess's channel down below. Just one more link to add, I suppose. Definitely go and check her out, give her some love, tell her I sent you. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye!